Alright, welcome to video number 2 of sVIMming with Nash, an introduction to VIM. VIM for beginners, VIM for everyone, VIM for people who were really scared to dive in but now are feeling quite comfortable after the first video. Alright, so here we are in the second video. In the first video, if you haven't watched it already, I recommend you go back and watch it. Well, there's a very less chance that you haven't, but I'm still just putting it out there. Alright, now in this video, I assume a couple things. I assume that you know what VIM is. I assume, yeah, that's all I assume, that you know what VIM is and what we're going to learn. All right, so before we even start, the first part is installation of VIM. Now, if this is 2018, I can bet that 99.93% of you are either using Sublime Text or Visual Studio Code or Atom Editor by GitHub. Now, each of these text editors or code editors have a VIM plugin, all right? And you can easily go ahead and Google how to enable VIM in Atom, how to enable VIM in VS Code, or how to enable VIM in Sublime Text. Well, Sublime Text has something called Vintage Mode, so I'll just write that in, Sublime Text, Vintage Mode, and enable. You can just do that, and you'll find a couple of tutorials, a ton of tutorials on how to enable Vintage Mode in Sublime, which basically means just enabling VIM. Okay, which is great. Now, as far as Atom and VS Code are concerned, there are plugins for them. I'm using VS Code, and I have a plugin called VIM. Just there. This is the plugin. Give me a second. Okay, this is the plugin. It has like around 4 million downloads, and you can just, find it out. The name of the plugin is VS Code Vim, and there you have it. And once you've installed it, you have Vim enabled in your code editor. Isn't that great? Okay, I took a lot of time to just say that, didn't I? Okay, but anyway, this is YouTube. Watch time. Yay. Okay, anyway. All right, so I'll go back into my editor, and I'll start talking about Vim. Now, okay, the first thing, here's where, this is the part of the video where you start paying real attention. All right, now Vim has 2 modes. Okay, Vim has 2 modes. The first thing you need to know is Vim has 2 modes, command mode and insert mode. All right, repeat with me, say with me. If there's people around you who gives a shit, just, okay, I'm sorry. I don't know if I can say that on a video, but I'll beep that. Or I already did probably. Anyway, just know that there is insert mode and command mode. Now, insert mode is your normal mode. Insert mode is your WYSIWYG editor, which basically means what you see is what you get. So, for example, if I type in WHAT, THIS, basically whatever I'm typing is being typed in. It's just a normal mode, just your normal editor, like everything. All right, now the next mode is what is called as the command mode. In command mode, your keys you type aren't taken literally, like, it won't print. If in command mode, if you type W, it won't print W on the screen. If you type in some word, it won't do that, because in command mode, each of the keystrokes are either a command or a part of a combination for a command. All right, so this is what I mean. Now, I'll just tell you what I mean. I'm going all over the place right now. I don't know what to do, but okay, just bear with me. So, insert mode and command mode. Right now, I'm in insert mode. How can I say that? Well, in insert mode, the cursor is a thin blinking line. The caret is a thin blinking line. And when I get into command mode, which I'm going to do now, pay close attention to the caret. I'm going to go ahead and go into command mode. Okay, now the caret is big. Caret has grown in thickness. And if I start typing anything, I cannot type in. Can you hear me bang the key? Yeah, I cannot type in. But I'll go back into insert mode, okay? Notice that I am in insert mode when my cursor is a thin blinking, when my caret is a thin blinking line, and when I start typing, I can actually properly type. Okay, now, the next question. How do you switch from insert mode to command mode, and from command mode to insert mode? How do you toggle between the modes? It's very simple. To go into command mode, you press escape on your keyboard. I just pressed escape, and look, the caret change. Now, to go from command mode to insert mode, you press I, okay? Great. All right, escape command mode, I insert mode, escape command mode, I insert mode. This is the first shortcut that you have to remember if you're diving and, dipping your foot into Vim. Escape gets you into command mode, I gets you into insert mode. Makes sense? Pretty cool. Just keep this in mind. Now, with that out of the way, now is the time for your first beginner parkour tricks, or first beginner, your very first Vim commands. Now, these very first commands that I'm going to show you are there to completely eliminate the need for arrow keys. All right, now don't go ahead and just snap them off your keyboard because you're gonna play games. I know that. So I'm not very good at making jokes, but the point is that these set of commands are going to eradicate the need to take your hand and move your hand and use the arrow keys to navigate around the code. All right, so here we go. Now, to get the commands to work, to get the Vim commands to work, you have to first of all put your editor into the command mode, and like we discussed about 10 seconds ago, to go into the command mode, you press escape and watch the cursor change. Now I am in command mode. Okay, now here we go. Are you ready? The first set of keys to eliminate the need for arrow keys. Now when you're in command mode and you press J, and when I say J or I to escape command mode or whatever key, unless I mention that it's a capital letter, don't do it. Unless I mention that's a capital letter, you know, it will be a lowercase letter. Okay, I guess I messed up there. But what I meant to say is, if what I'm telling right here in the video and you're trying it out on your own on your keyboard and it's not working, just check that your caps lock is not enabled, because any letter I say is supposed to be a lowercase letter. Okay, because there is a difference between uppercase letters and lowercase letters in Vim, because they are both considered different commands at times. But for now, all I'm talking about are lowercase letters. Now, when you're in command mode, again signified by this fat caret, when you press J, it is your down key. All right, when you press J, I'm pressing J, and look at the caret moving down. When I press K, the caret moves up. So our down arrow key and up arrow key can go and do whatever they want with themselves because we don't need them anymore. So J gets you down and K brings you up. And there are two more keys for the right and left arrow keys. Pressing L moves the caret towards right, and pressing H moves the caret towards left. Okay, so J moves you down, K up, L right, and H left. All right, these are the set of keys that have really, you don't need arrow keys anymore when you are very fluent in these. So again, the philosophy of Vim of keeping your finger in the central part of the keyboard is achieved because you already have keys that serve and that can replace your arrow keys. Now, what's more is that you can prepend these commands with a number, and the commands will repeat themselves. For example, if I press 5J, I go 5 lines bottom, not just one. Instead of pressing J 5 times, I can press 5J. All right, instead of pressing just K, I can press 55K, and this is what I do to scroll. I don't use the touchpad or the mouse or my arrow keys to scroll. I just keep one of my fingers on, like, let's say 5, and one of my fingers on J. So if I need to scroll to the very bottom, I'll just keep tapping 55J, and like that, I am just scrolling throughout my document, just like that. Isn't it cool? That's how you scroll. Okay. You can add a number and then press a key to have that command repeated that many number of times. And this works similarly. So for example, if similarly for every other command, so if I want to go 7 times towards the right, I will press 7L and I go 7 times L, just like that, okay? And if I want to go back, I can press 7H, 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 and I can go back, Now, these first set of commands, first 4 keys, all right, you just don't watch the video and you're done, all right? I want you to take your time. I want you to know these commands and practice these, because Vim is very much like going to the gym, all right? It's gonna put you in good shape. It's gonna make you good, but it takes a lot of effort. When I first started learning Vim, it made me paralyzed because, I didn't know what key does what. It's hard at the beginning, but as you keep using them and using them and using them, it becomes like a second memory. You don't have to think about it. When you want to move down, your fingers automatically do that thing where you can just move down like this, all right? So you have to practice these and take these on, all right? Now, these were the first 4 set of keys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple more, so that you can navigate more easily. The next is a W. All right, W. So what W does is it moves per word ahead. Okay, when you are in a line and you want to move ahead pretty quickly, you press W. So it moves from one word to another. Remember that L moves by character and W moves by word. Okay, and when you want to go back, you press B and you go back by word. So you can easily navigate between words like this. W, B, and all these are lowercase. Make sure your caps lock is not enabled. So W and B, making you move just like that. All right. Now you know 6 letters. Now you know 6 Vim commands. And I'm gonna leave you in this video with one extra command, and that is to jump to any line. Let's say I want to jump to line number 50. What I do is while I'm in command mode, okay, make sure that you're not in insert mode, because if you're in insert mode and you start typing commands, you'll actually start typing and messing with your code. So when you're typing commands, make sure you press escape and you are in the command mode. Now again, like I was saying, to jump to any line, let's say I want to go to line number 50. So I press 50 and I press G, but wait, this G is a capital G. So I'm gonna hold Shift and then type G so that I type a capital G, and there I am at line number 50. If I wanna go here to line number 23, here's what I do. Make sure that I'm in command mode, type 23, hold G, type G, hold Shift and type G so that a capital G is typed, and there I am at line number 23. And if I'm gonna go to line number 15, I can do the same, and I can go to any line number I want, line number 56, just like that, right? Just like that. So, your today's set of Vim commands. The first thing that we learned is the difference between insert mode and command mode and how you can toggle between them. The next set of 4 keys eradicated your need to move your fingers to the arrow keys. All right, so there are J, K, H, and L, so you can use these keys to emulate your arrow keys. The next key that you learn is lowercase w, which moves you forward in a line word by word, and lowercase b, which moves you backward. And the bonus key that we learn is capital G, which is to jump to any line possible. Now, before I let you go with all these new little commands that you've learned and that you're going to practice, I thought, why not just go ahead and show how to use them in real life? And doing this, full disclaimer, might involve one more command. So there's a lot to learn, remember, for you, but I have it all written down in the description box, so you can just reference that. Okay, so let's try doing some real life code editing here. Okay, now right now I'm in the insert mode, so I'll get into command mode, and let's say I want to go to line number 11, so I'll do that, and then I want to add something to subscribe, so I'll press W, get to the very end of it like so. Okay, and when I press W, you see my key is coming down because the end of the word is right here. So what do? I can press L and go there. Now there are other commands that will make this easy, but for now, to get a hang of this, I would like you to just use the keys that I have told. Now once you reach here and you want to type, what you do is you get out of the command mode and go into insert mode. And to get out of the command mode, what you press is I. But your caret is now behind the letter that was highlighted. Okay, so earlier E was highlighted, I pressed I, and the caret is now behind I. So when you start typing, actually are not typing after the word, but you're typing inside the word, which is not something that we want. So there is one more command, a little letter, is when a character is highlighted with the caret when you're in command mode, you press I, it puts the caret behind that letter, and when you press A and lowercase a, it'll put the caret ahead of the letter. So you can start typing again, just like this. Now I can press B, I'll go down here, and I'll try to do something amazing, something same. So hello, I'll type hello here, then I'll go to on, okay, and I want to type something after on, so I'll press A, and then I can type here. Right, this is how it works, and then I can just move around in my document, go to places, just type things just like that. Remember, I puts the caret behind the letter and A puts the caret ahead of the letter. So with these commands, I think there are around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 new keys. I think you're ready to go, and you can go ahead and start practicing them in your own code, get a hang of them, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. See you soon.